Okay, how we doing? Let me start by saying this. Tough, that's a long video you sent. I actually listened to the entire thing. So first, let me do a few factual things, just one or two. A couple may sound minor, but in the way they present themselves, it's important to even point out the minor things that will later prove to be more important later. So I'm not going to try to rush this because that was long. And I don't have the ability to start and stop. I do, but I'm not going to because I can stop at certain points and do just like they did. So fact checks. Help them to understand that if they look at gas prices, you can physically go, you can do it yourself. Gas is always cheaper in the black neighborhood. Not that that's a positive thing, but it's the truth. The reason gas is cheaper in the black neighborhood is because the vendors know that most people are going to pay with cash. So if you're going to pay with cash, that's going to attract you to come inside of the establishment. That way, you're not only going to buy gas, you're going to buy that soda, that 20-cent soda for $2, and you're going to buy that $2 bag of potato chips. So, fact, don't have to take my word for it. Drive, you drive. So when you go past Federal, you look at the gas prices. Then you come back down. Then you'll see. Don't know what neighborhood you actually want to call it, but perhaps one of the highest gas prices location is actually the one by Home Depot, but that's because it's in the parking lot of Home Depot and everybody in a hurry and they don't actually look at the gas prices. Just for the record. So we got that out the way. I'm gonna pause because no, I'm not. I'm gonna rely on my memory. I may skip some things. I may have to come back and do some disclaimers later. Second of all, I want to point out another fact because they said mystery when it comes to the city of Babylon. The city of Babylon is located in Iraq. Yes, it's located in Iraq. And the reason that it's called the mysterious city is well documented. P.S. Not by white man. It's well documented about Arabs. You know that other people that don't believe in God because they believe in Allah. The nickname comes from when people came there to try to trade. You can't see inside because what they did in Babylon, they built a great wall to house their city. Though it was great and it was mysterious, some of the things that people had issues with is that it kept everything in. It kept the lambs, sheep, rotten food, everything stayed within those city walls. So most people didn't know it smelled. So hence goes the word of the mysterious city. It's all about the wall. Wall's well documented and it's still there. Except what's been tore up over the years, but it's still there. Just want to get that out the way. Here's my first take. And I'm going to try to be brief because I don't want to get so caught up that I forget to hit some points. But I'm going to ask once again that give me the same courtesy that I just gave. So we went from the beginning to the end of the whole Frederick Douglass speech, including the map. I don't know which one to start with, so I'll just pick them random. So forgive me if I hit something twice. My biggest problem with the entire video is the fact that it seems as if no one wants to move on and you're looking at a small number of people. So let's first of all talk about the South and America. That's called stereotype. No different than everybody saying anybody and your things in the coke and they all crazy. Even people say what they want to. But you guys just have to stop stereotyping. Because for every white that was for slavery, there's 10 that's against it. So you're not being fair. Number two, let's go to the source that you use to try to distort that. A man that faith was through Christianity. Say that again. Through Christianity, which means he believed like I believe. And the purpose of his speech, though harsh as it was simply to bring light to the situation so that the situation can be changed, not to start separation or conflict, just to shed light on a situation is what he did. Okay? And let's talk about inequality. Inequality means that, like anything else, just like sports, in order to succeed anywhere, you have to understand the rules of your environment. No matter who you are, what you are, where you come from. Good or bad, and sometimes they're right and sometimes they're wrong. So you have to understand the rules. So to come out of being impoverished, first thing you got to do is tell yourself that you've been impoverished. This talk of not changing and not trying to move forward, it's crazy. You can't hate everybody you know. Don't judge every black man according to me, nor you, nor the people of your church. Now, we talk about that word slavery, and let's just hit on that a little bit. And I'm referencing slavery as of 2019. So the new slavery is believe what I believe, think what I believe, otherwise you're wrong, you're different, you're not right, you need to get it together. Not the case. Everybody have a right to be what they are. And P.S., for a guy that was a political advocator of rights, primarily voting rights, how dare you use Frederick Douglass to prove your point? That's my point. So you don't have any Israelites to prove your point? Don't do that to Frederick. Because one of the things Frederick Douglass did do, he voted. He spoke out. He spoke out against Rome. But he wasn't the only one. So I hear what they say. But let's look at another fact. And I try to tell the whole planet this. The Civil War was white against white. And I'm sure somebody could come up with an excuse. But at the end of the war, the winning side, white side, freed the people. You think Harriet Tubman made it to the Underground Railroad with just black people? Couldn't happen. Couldn't happen. Don't do it. God may have the power to condemn a race or a nation, but not I. And not you. We don't have that power. We don't have that right. And there's nothing in the Bible that refers to America. And I'll be happy to sit down with anyone in reference to that. And, oh, and by the way, very cleverly done. You take a man that's not from the truth and you pound on his words, but yet you go in and you tell me through your own interpretation of the scripture what he's trying to say. Don't do that. Listen to the man's word and take him. Okay? And let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something else. And I can say this, and you can tell the rest of them I can say this, because remember, I lost my cousin through the police shooting. That's one down for the police. But damn, we couldn't even get through the funeral without it being one down for me. For black on black, shall I say. Interesting. Interesting. 3 weeks ago, there was a record number of homicide, non-police involvement in Chicago. 2-year-olds, 4-year-olds, young kids, innocent bystanders getting shot. Let's start with that fight first. I want to speak to something? Speak to that. I'm going to always be on the fight for police brutality. In fact, I may even be a statistic one day because I won't yield. That's just a fact. However, I have an equal responsibility to deal with the people that looks the same and have the same ancestry as I do. But we also got to educate our people. And educating people with hate is an excuse to be unsuccessful. Yeah, it's easy to turn back, but you know what? There's a little bit of everybody. I don't like school because the teacher yelled at me. Wow, fantastic. I'm never going to talk to a Mexican again because one tried to beat me up. Fantastic. I don't want to work at that place because nobody liked me. Yeah, fantastic. Get over it. Oh, women are crazy. Yeah, get over it. Sure it's the women? Just saying. Just saying. Or is it you? Vice versa. Oh, men are crazy. Is it all men are crazy? Don't like the bubble deal. Like I said, I'm trying to move swift so I don't forget anything. There's a couple other points I wanted to make. They showed a map about what's what and who's who. Well, for the record, tell them to look up again the poorest state in the United States of America. It's funny because it's 90% white. That'd be West Virginia. You don't see bad? Go see bad. Go see West Virginia. In fact, go find me 3 people from West Virginia that got 10 teeth. That's over 12 years old. Good luck. Ain't gonna happen. That's the other fight. And then to lump in the other people from the islands that self-govern. What the Jamaican have in common with me? Haiti. By the way, call it what it is. Haiti has never been conquered. That's why they have their own language. It was the hideaway place that they couldn't get to. That's for starters. The others, okay. Some of them was controlled by British interests, not American interests. So tell them to get it right. Jamaica, the Bahamas, British Isles. I know they're going to say what they want to say. Oh, it's still white people. No, most of it was Hispanics, which is a little darker. Just for the record. Just for the record. So if you're going to learn something, learn it all. Learn the geography and the different things in different areas from different people. So learn it all. Okay? That's first. There was something else in there that was quite striking. But I don't know right now, and I don't want to overwhelm you because I just did my due diligence and listening to the other ones. So I'm going to keep this short and just listen. Don't give an opinion, but just listen, okay? And I'll do the same. I took every word, and if you send me something, I'll continue. I promise you I will listen. If I listen to it, I will make a video. So all I ask you to do is take a video. P.S. Anything that helps a person become a better person, I'm all down for. So we have no battle. Because overall, religion is a good thing. The truth, whatever you want to call it, it's a good thing. Except when it spread hate. Hate is ugly. And got to do some research. But I'm just curious to how many times that the word all men and guidance for all men or in the Bible. Once again, if you want a geography lesson, I'll be happy to give it to them. That skin tone also come from the geography. So some things have to match. All right, so, you can stop now if you want to, but something else I was thinking about, and it was bonus video. And remember that I spent 4 years in Arizona. I did Egypt. I did Saudi Arabia. Hey, did Israel. Monterey, California. Why do I name them particular places? It's because they're all desert and barren land. Why is that important? So, what is the one thing that the truth and most people from all other Arabic nations have in common? They do it in a different way, but if you actually think about it, we can look at the American desert. Remember, that's full of cowboys. The idea is because the desert sun is a little different than the sun you guys deal with every day. It's So when y'all take y'all trip and you're trying to relive the thing, why don't you guys try doing that in Arizona? Just saying. It's the closest desert you can. Actually, no, Texas is closer. So you can actually go to Texas, like El Paso. That might be the closest desert to you guys. But anyway, the sun is different. It's not like here where you sweat. See, because we sweat, we try to take off things and it's just sweat. But when you're in a desert atmosphere, it can possibly be, I don't know, 130 degrees in the shade. But you won't feel it. You won't feel it. And you'll think, wow, this ain't bad, and you'll hang out. Then here's what happened. You wake up in the morning, your skin be all cracked and dry, you be blistered, sunburned, regardless what's black, white, blue, whatever. What? I ain't got to tell you that. You know, because you're kind of like a pale rider. But anyway, you burn. Why am I talking about that? See, I'm going to talk the same way they talk. Why am I talking about that? Well, so you had to protect yourself. They didn't have hats, so they covered the head and most of their face. The Arabs still do it. They close their mouth. Because one of the problems you have in the desert is it's just sand. So what happened in the sand when the wind blows? So you got to wear certain garments to deal with that. So you can't dress the same in the Alps of Switzerland as you would dress in the Congo or any other South American location as you do in the desert. So a lot of things they refer to is just simply the region that they live in. And they use it as an example. And just the reality is that when we do things and we compare things, we do it with things that we know. So in the Bible, it talks about sheep and it compares man to sheep. It's not making man like sheep or a sheep. All right, so a little longer than I expected. Almost 23 minutes. Don't seem like it. But sure, skipped some things, but that's okay. I think you got my gist. I'm going to actually say thanks for the video. I listened to it. Not angry, just sharing opinions, I hope.